A 1-0 win on the road this afternoon. Just firstly, give me your assessment of that whole drama at the end.
Don't really know where to start. I think I'm proud of them. I'm proud because I knew this week we got 3 away games on 3G pitches, all tough places to go. I knew that the week as a whole was going to be a big week. And look, the second half against Barwell teed us up a little bit. Obviously, we would have liked to have gone on and won that game to make it a perfect week, but it teed us up. It started to build a bit of momentum, and then I've said it through the winless run that there's never been a real doubt in the dressing room. They're all backing each other. We're all backing each other, staff and players. And we've had to work really hard here today. Well, last week we had to work hard on Tuesday night, and then we've had to work really hard again today to get a 1-0 away from home. And I think it's a tough place to come anyway. But in the situation that we're in, it certainly means a hell of a lot at the moment.
Obviously, you mentioned the 3 games about obviously fighting in those games. It's to stay in the battle, I suppose, in the 3 games. How important is it to stay in those games and go and get a result at the end?
Yeah, I mean today probably again I'll probably reflect when the dust settles a little bit, but today is probably what we've been talking about. Where in the first half I thought we were good. We were in the game. There was nothing in the game. Sweeney made the keeper make a really good save. I don't think they really threatened our goal a massive amount. In the second half, we managed to take the game as deep as possible. And then in the last 15 minutes, really, I thought we were the only team that were going to go and win it. We had the goal disallowed for offside. We had another one that put Sweeney through one-on-one, given offside, and then we finally got it right in the end. But that comes, and I'm looking at the scoreboard now at that clean sheet, and it's built upon a solid base, and I've got to mention the goalkeeper, Ronnie, who we found out that Brad picked up a knock Thursday night, and Ronnie's come in at a drop of a hat and just fitted straight in for today, and for this football club, for this season, in what's a massive game. He didn't look phased whatsoever, and he walks away with a clean sheet under his belt as well.
Obviously, you mentioned the clean sheet. How important is that now to build from?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, there was that 20 minutes away at Malvern, and I think maybe that was a really good 20 minutes, knowing that in hindsight now that we've come through it, because I saw a real determination from especially my 2 centre-halves today to make sure they covered each other, they made sure anything down the sides they dealt with. Their clearances were much more positive, shall we say. They were, I saw a real determination in them, and that was probably straight after the game against Malvern, moving into Thursday night as well. So that's really pleasing. It gives us a base from which to work from. And then, like I said earlier on when I first came in, we need that one moment sometimes if you keep the back door shut. And we've had a few today, don't get me wrong, but obviously we've put away the one that matters.
We've obviously mentioned Dan Sweeney a lot over the last week or so, but obviously the rest of the players put in a real shift today, and at the end you could tell all that emotion poured out in the celebration. So obviously, how important is it to keep that momentum now and go against Hitchin? Yeah, like I said it last week against Barwell. We've had no momentum whatsoever for one reason or another, and the obvious one is with the results that we had. With no momentum, we built the momentum, or we started some momentum against Barwell. We built upon it on Tuesday night, and we've walked into today's game with the momentum. Sweeney's been outstanding for us since we come in. That's the obvious thing to say. However, and he will get the plaudits. Of course, he scored the winner in the 80-something minute. But again, right through the team today, I thought they were all outstanding. From the back line through into the midfield line, especially when the game started to get stretched, those midfielders started landing on first and second balls, and we kept putting them under pressure by sticking the ball back on their back 3. So look, right through the team today, I'm proud of them all, and obviously Dan Sweeney will get the headlines with the goal. Obviously, just touching on Hitchin now, it's more of the same, isn't it? Again, we just got to go again and just keep believing that we can do it in these. Yeah,
the word's belief. The word's belief, and again, like I've said a couple of times, I I genuinely think that the dressing room has never really stopped believing. We've just needed that break. We've needed that one result. We needed that one. We get the result when we get what we deserve out of a game, and it was the least that we deserved last week against Barwell, and it was the least that we deserved today. And look, I said a couple of weeks back as well, I said at some point it's going to turn, and hopefully we can build upon this now, and hopefully make use of it turning. And we're in it. We're in it. We know we're in a fight. And again, I've said it all along. We're down for it. Every single person from right from the very top, right through to the players, to the fans that have travelled all the way down here today. We're all up for the fight.
Obviously, I was just going to touch on the fans. Obviously, it's a long journey to come down here as well. So, obviously, to have that support behind you obviously means the world to the boys and yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to come on to something else as well, just on today. But the fans that travelled, outstanding. And again, it shows like we're all in this together. There's no hiding place. We're all in it together. We all want the same thing. We're all working towards the same thing. I mentioned the goalkeeper Ronnie stepping in last minute. I've got 2 members of staff who have got off their sick bed to travel 3 hours as well. I've got 2 members of the playing team who were ill get off their sick bed to travel 3 hours because they're not missing this. So again, it just shows me and it gives me confidence that everyone in that dressing room is really, really down for this fight.